Yeah, now we are live.
Okay.
So we were where? We were talking about food, how we are going to eat.
Yeah, yesterday you were trying to give some clarification for my question. This way or that way, is there any other way like that?
Yes. So if we look at, there are only two portions to it, but if you take the koshas, there are only two. One is go by what Shankara is saying, or you go by what the Taittiriya Upanishad is saying. And if you look at the Taittiriya Upanishad completely, if you go through it, you don't know what Bhrigu did. It only says that every time he went and meditated, and he came back and said, Prana is this. Then he again goes back and he does meditation. And then he says that the Manas is this, and then Vijnana is this, and Ananda is this. And then they start negating. So he starts to say that Annamayakosha is not independent, but it dependent on Brahman and hence cannot be part of it. Then like that. So, and then there ends the Taittiriya Upanishad. So now the question comes here is that what can you make out of that? How will you practice? So then we have to go into how Shankara has put it. Now, even when Shankara has put it, we can exclude many portions in that intellectually, saying, this one I know, that one I know, and then like what we did in our earlier session, we finished it. We finished Annamayakosha, then we came into Pranamayakosha, all that. And we completed all the koshas, basically. So that's what is going to happen if we don't really see one by one. So an Annamayakosha is the most simplest and yet very difficult to master, because you are tormented every moment by Anna.
The full world is Anna only.
Correct. So it's not easy to let go of Anna.
Everything, I mean, including the black hole.
Yeah, everything is that only. So now the question comes that should we look from an intellectual standpoint, which is Vijnanamaya Kosha, or do you want to really go and experience what is Anna? And if you want to do what is Anna, that means that you need to first feel disgusted of trying to find food all the time.
Yeah, that's a pain. Finding food, buying, cooking, eating. Eating is also a pain.
Yes. And then after eating, you don't know what that food is going to do. Again, you suffer due to the gas accumulation or pain, or again you have eaten, you are feeling hungry. You just few minutes ago you ate.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It would be good that if you could eat for 1 week and keep. Don't eat for 1 week.
Yeah, at least 1 week problem would have got solved.
Yeah.
But no. You eat, then you have to drink. Then, okay, then it becomes heavy. So you have to sleep. Now you get up. Again you are hungry. Again you have to eat. Again you have to drink. Now again it becomes heavy. What a stupid way of living.
Yes, I think everything is revolved around Anna only.
Yes. So
everything, each and every activity you do is revolved around that. There's not a single activity which is not related to that.
That is one. Two, output. You don't want it actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of output, sweat and phlegm and urine and all that things which comes out.
Yes, it oozes out and you don't want it.
Yeah.
See, another funny thing. they celebrate when a girl becomes adult. But would they celebrate when she is menstruating? What a funny situation. We should be celebrating every month, we should be celebrating, but we are not. And also the girl herself is not celebrating because of backache and so many stomach ache and so many things which comes up. Her legs are getting tired and mood swings and so many things in that 1 week. So out of 4 weeks, 1 week goes only in this painful habitual tendency, which nobody can do anything about it. So,
Yeah, then I think if you really see, there is a lot of bacteria in your stomach. There are so many
yes,
things which is continuously eating us,
yes,
which we don't see.
yes. On top of that, you have all kind of worms infestation through food. Tapeworm, this worm, that worm, so many worms, and they eat.
Yeah, so body has to be taken care so well. So delicate it is.
Yes. So, unless we see this, I don't think so. Just by reciting a shloka, we are going to get into Vairagya.
See, either you get disgusted or you see the suffering in the real sense.
No, but ultimately you need to come to that only. What I'm trying to say is.
So correct. So that is something which you have to have a deep realization in you. That's a suffering.
Yes, it is a suffering. And then only you will do something about that suffering. Otherwise, you will not do anything about that suffering because there is no suffering. Now, when we are going to go on 12th of May, I don't think so there is anyone over there thinks that eating is a suffering. They are so glad to eat. And you see the number of people who are cooking and it's so hot. All their sweat are falling in the sambar and there are some and whatever they are preparing. Okay, and somebody would be rubbing his nose and he will be putting that also inside that whatever cooking vessels, and so much of heat is getting generated, all his body sweat is going inside that, and we are ready to relish. What a sorry state of affair. And we don't know, even though if he's taken a bath, the amount of sweat he is going to have, it is another bath what he is taking in the kitchen and he has to prepare, and that fellow who is a caterer will come and ask Bhatt, how was the food? And Bhatt will say, wow, excellent, it was so good. And then only he is relieved of his suffering. Otherwise he is not relieved of his suffering. And look at the fate of those people who have stood in that kitchen cooking for hours together, and then they get payment after everybody has finished their eating and they all have gone, and then they get their payment. What a sorry state of affair. And they have to carry such heavy utensils on their shoulder, such a hot substances in their hand, and it will be burning, and then they have to somehow manage it, and then they have to keep on serving, standing in one corner looking at who requires what, keep on serving, and hundreds and hundreds of people are going to come, eat and go. And then the people, they have to remove the plantains and then they have to throw it out. Look at the pain they are going to undergo with that. And the smell of the food, after the people have left that food, it starts to rot. And then they have to, whether they like it or dislike it, they have to take that smell. And then they have to throw it in a bin, and the bin will start to stink after the next day. And then the person who is going to pick up the trash has to take that complete bad odor which is coming from the food. What a misery.
You don't have to do any of these things. Right now, you got to go to any restaurant, go to the kitchen and see.
Exactly the same thing. Even any kitchen.
That's all is needed.
Yeah. Any kitchen you go, including our own kitchen, you're going to sweat, and that water is going to fall in that, and some hairs will fall in the food, some phlegm is going to fall in the food, and some fly will fall, some cockroach, some this and some that, all of that.
You have to take care of none of these faults.
Now you can't do anything.
Yeah. At home, when you are preparing, you can take care.
Yeah,
To
when
maximum
you are,
possible.
yeah, that's a max you can do. But when you are eating outside, whether in the hotel or in this marriage hall, you can't do anything.
Yeah, there you can't do anything because that's why it is hidden from us, right? So
Yes.
you see only the presentation.
So
of
now the
food.
question, yes, now the question comes, when we go on 12th, can we just watch it and don't eat it? That's not possible. No, we have to indulge in eating, and when we indulge in eating, we don't even know what is going to happen the next moment after eating, and we don't know what is the water, from where has he picked up. It only says Bisleri. Where did Bisleri pick that water? Nobody knows. So unless we do this all the time, Vairagya is impossible. So you have to tell me, but is there any other way? I don't see any other way except doing this.
I was just trying to visualize. So anything we eat here is only Panchabhuta.
Correct.
But Panchabhuta in the different form.
Correct. But do you...
And if one item, if it is food, then there should be some content of Brahman in that, right? For example, I am eating vegetable. Vegetable has got some life inside. If it is not there, it is just Panchabhuta. The Panchabhuta will not help me anything because it's like eating just a mud. But the combination along with some sattva, jiva sattva, then only it is called food. So similarly, when this body decays, still there will be some jiva sattva inside. So that is the time all these what you call external animals or some insects, something come and eat the body.
No,
Isn't it?
that is correct, but now that is there, but can you see? You can't see it unless you feel disgusted. That is there. That is 100%.
So when we do this kind of visualization, there is no attraction to that food.
Yes.
Even what I am telling is this kind of visualization.
Which kind of visualization?
What I have mentioned now. It is just Panchabhuta without prana inside that. It is like just mud. You can't eat mud. But if you have some jiva sattva in that food, that is nothing but some prana in that, right?
No, that is correct. But again, you have come back to the same point. And
if I do that visualization, it is exactly same, similar to what you are talking.
No.
Then I have no attraction to that.
No, you will go into Annamayakosha and there ends the matter. So there is no point in going through Annamayakosha at all.
No, that is again Annamaya visualization, right?
Visualization.
See, the process what you have explained is also visualization through
No, you are not visualizing, you are seeing it. There is a difference between visualizing and seeing it. You can visualize disgust, but you will not see disgust. You can visualize Brahman, but you will not experience Brahman. There's a difference between experiencing and visualizing. There's a difference between imagining and really getting it. I know that everything is Brahman only. Office is Brahman, house is Brahman, walking is Brahman, talking is Brahman, everything is Brahman. So do you mean to say that I've become a saint now?
Okay, I will give another extreme example. So this is about food, Annamayakosha.
Correct.
You meditate in such a way that you will not eat food. So with that, what happens is no food, it's a death.
Right, which is called suicide.
Is it possible to do that kind of visualization? It is not a suicide. It is knowingly doing it.
No, whatever it is.
They do it. Now, some animals, they do it. For example, I heard this the snakes. What they do is that the moment they understand that their life is over, they go to a top of the tree and they will twist themselves on the branches top, and they don't eat food, and there's a natural death. And so that once they die, some other fly or something will come and eat their body. That is a panda of that nature. So doing that kind of visualization, is it considered
No.
as...
No, you can keep on visualizing anything at all, but
No, experiencing. This is experiencing.
no, you will not experience. No,
It's
you
not
have to
only
do
you are
it.
hating food, you are also not consuming the food. Then
No. Wait, visualization means what? You are imagining it. If you are saying that I'll not eat food, then you're torturing the body. Again, you will get another body for that torture. So there is no relief from samsara.
no. Here there's a difference. So deha tyaga is there, na? It is tyaga.
That is
So
correct.
deha tyaga is nothing but once you think that this is sufficient for you, now you don't want to have that Annamayakosha. You are just taking that Annamayakosha away from you. You don't want, because you are already feeling it is not required for you. So it is happily you are doing tyaga of that deha. Why not?
I can put a word tyaga and do anything I want, but there is nothing which will stop me from doing. But that is not what samatva is all about. So again, we have to go back to the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. See, dhyayate vishayan pumsaha. This is vishaya only. Tyaga as an imagination is a vishaya. Sangasteshu upajayate. Now it becomes a contact, a sangha. It creates situations. Sangasteshu sanga sanjayate kama.
Jayate kamaha.
Kamat krodho bijayate. So it is going to be the same. Now that person will be so much in distress, but he is not at peace. So it is not about whether you should remain hungry, or it is not about whether you should eat full. It's not that. It's about knowing what really the body is. The body is consisting of skin and flesh and all that what Shankara has mentioned. That is what is the body. Now when you see that body, it is ending with the Purisha instead of Purusha. It started with Purusha, ended with Purisha. The vegetable started with Purusha, ended with Purisha. You can see it at your home. Take an onion or take any vegetable, carrot or tomato or whatever. It starts to rot. What is rotting? Is a process where it is disintegrating. So what is disintegrating? The cells are disintegrating. That means the life is going away from that tomato or cabbage or whatever it is. Then how it smells? It smells equivalent to what it smells through your body. Then after that, what are you going to do? Keep it, saying that it is only mud. No, you're going to throw it. After that, it becomes mud. So starts with Purusha, ends is Purisha. Our body also same, no? But so my mother died. Did I keep her saying that, oh, my mother is still alive? So why don't I now parcel it in such a way that I take one wheelchair and make her sit on that and keep on pulling wherever I want, right?
Yeah, I think their understanding is it is only body. It's of no use.
Same thing is happening with all the things we're doing from morning till evening in terms of food. After eating, it is getting digested. After digested, are you happy with that? If it comes out in another way, it's your own food only. But are we happy? Are we going to say that, wow, this is coming from my toilet, so let me keep it. It's beautiful. So it started with Purusha only. So a Purusha is there in everywhere. But ends as what? So I can
Hmm.
visualize, imagine, do whatever I want in however I want, and I say that I'm doing dehatyaga. If you remember, one time with Padma Shri we had a heated argument on this, where she was saying that a sannyasi shouldn't eat, shouldn't sleep, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, or whatever she was saying. Then she is saying that no, he can do it, but then if he does it, that means he still has raga, or he still has desire. He shouldn't have any desire. That means he has to do suicide, like what that example you gave about that snake. Why snake? Even tiger. If you've seen tiger dying and lion dying, especially lion, you should see how it dies. It's there on YouTube. If you get to happens to see it, you look at it. First, what happens is that lioness will throw that lion out of the den, and the children drag it away, that lion, and lion will then become a loner. You know what it does? But for 5 days it cries. You can literally see how it is crying. And then what it does is, as its times draw near, it starts digging its grave, and it falls in that,
Oh.
and it dies.
Very painful process.
And you want to see how leopard dies? Its wife will come and slap it.
Ah.
Okay, and the children will throw that leopard away.
So it is a natural process.
Natural, no thing. Every leopard will do the same. And then this leopard will climb up on the tree, sit there, and throw itself from the top of the tree when it is about to die. And the body falls down.
Oh.
And no lion comes near it. All that is, the lioness has thrown this lion away. No lion will come, no lioness will come near this dying, aged lion. It dies alone, crying. You should see these videos. You'll have tears in your eyes, and you'll feel so happy that you are born as a human.
Yeah, that sometimes I also, when we were talking about some of the humans' fate is also like that.
Yes,
The children throw away the parents, right?
Yeah, they throw the parent, and the parents are staying in a old age home, and then they die there. Same with lion, right? They have thrown that lion away because it is not able to. It is supposed to take care of the breed, and what happens is, as it becomes aged, it starts to sit in one corner, and then the lioness, its wife, will come and starts to shoo it away, and other lioness also do the same thing. So all the lioness will target this lion, and you see how children will throw its father away. My goodness, you really can't believe that anything like that can happen.
Yeah, in humans only it happens, no? So why can't you imagine?
No, that is correct. But
animals.
Lion is supposed to be the most like a king, and the king
Right.
is reduced to, it digs its own
Nothing.
grave. That is the worst part of it. It digs its own grave. And all for food only. All of these animals were in search of food. And the test of that is, the lion is supposed to hunt a jackal. And it cannot hunt anyway as it gets aged. So it expects others to feed it. And that's the time they throw it away. You should see the video. Just give death of lion on YouTube. You'll find many videos. And you can do the same thing with last moment of tiger, last moment of leopard, last moment of cheetah, last moment of whatever you want, like a squirrel to everything, you will find how they die.
Very interesting.
And same is like what Lata said, same is done in human life also. The children ultimately throw out the parents.
Yeah.
In Kerala, what they do is they Guruvayur temple. They take them to Guruvayur temple and then leave them there and come.
Is it?
Yes, I have heard some couple of times such kind of things. So then they don't know how to come back.
Yeah.
So-
They also do.
So imagine the mental pain. Physical pain is one thing, but the mental pain they undergo, the emotional pain.
The same thing they do in Kashi. They take them to Kashi. In the rush, they just leave them and come away. So after that, they become beggars. The parents turn themselves into begging. They might have a lot of property, but now they don't have any. In fact, you should go to Kathmandu, but to really see this happening, you should visit Kathmandu. You go to Pashupatinath temple. There is a place in Pashupatinath temple where they leave these people to die. They have made like cages. And they put them in a cage till they die.
The worst thing.
Yes, and lot of people from Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, and so many other places. You will find them in Pashupatinath temple. So we have to see all of this, and then the Vairagya dawns.
Yeah, in Kerala, but then the police and the government intervened, and they bring the children and ensure that they take care. If they refuse, then I think it is taken care by the government or something like that. So they won't leave just like that. But the emotional pain, I don't think that can be anyway erased.
Yeah. That too in the last moments when there is a loneliness, right? When you know that you are incapable of doing anything, that is worse than death. Because neither you are dying nor you are living. So all due to Anna only. The whole, what we can say, wars, the whole family dispute, language dispute, religious dispute, all that is part of Anna. You are fighting with whom? With another Annamayakosha only.
And all for Anna only.
All for Anna only. See, now the Russia and Ukraine war. Let's look at that. Why it is being fought? For resources. Every war is on resources only.
Right.
So what resources? For eating, for enjoyment, for storing, for doing something. So my question to you, Bhatt, is if you were to read this Bhrigu would you be able to get Vairagya?
No. Because I was just going through that when you were talking again. I had one more book here. It clearly says initial understanding is the body is Brahman, Anna. Then it very clearly says, because it comes and it goes. When whatever is perishable is not Brahman.
Correct.
Then it goes to the next stage. So it is very clear. that this is not Brahman, 100% clear.
Correct.
From Veda only I am talking about.
Correct. Absolutely.
There is no question of anything conflict. There is no conflict.
There is no conflict.
Now,
I didn't.
From there to Vairagya, Vivekachudamani.
Correct. So now what you need to do is keep that Taittiriya Upanishad aside and go only by Shankaracharya's way of doing. Because
Yes.
in the first one, you negate it, but there is no Vairagya.
Yeah.
You'll understand it intellectually. Yes, it is perishing, so and hence it cannot be called as Brahman.
Correct.
So initially Bhrigu says that it is Brahman. After that he negates it. And after what? After that what? Nothing is there.
After that, nothing is there.
See, it ends with Annamayakosha. That's all.
Yes.
And after that there is nothing to say what did Bhrigu
It
do.
says that up to Anandamaya says, Kosha it says, it gives a clear idea of what are the koshas, and then it says it is not you.
It's not you.
It is like, what is called arise and awaken. That Vivekananda statement.
Correct.
This is a question of now arising from one point to other point, step by step.
Right.
Once you reach Anandamayakosha before, then you are awakened. Parallelly, I was reading that. That's the reason I got this.
No, you should read. So I'm asking you, that day also I asked you, is to read that. Then you will understand the difference between Vivekachudamani way of Kosha and Taittiriya Upanishad Kosha. Then both are not the same.
No.
People think that they both are the same.
They are not same because the purpose of Veda is giving the knowledge, basically that Upanishad is that Guru gives some knowledge. But Shankaracharya finally gives what is that end.
Correct. So he shows path to liberation. Shankara shows the path to liberation. Whereas Upanishad shows the path only. Then you need to find the path of liberation from there.
Yeah, you should be on your own. That is nothing but, again, Vivekananda comes as a PhD and he pulls you up.
Right. So.
And he knows exactly what it is. And he is experiential person.
Absolutely true. So now what I am trying to say is that we should experience, not just visualize.
Yes.
If you visualize like what is there in the Bhrigu, you can visualize. Absolutely, there is nothing wrong in visualizing. But that doesn't lead to Vairagya. Without Vairagya, Mumukshatva will not come. So they both feed on to each other. Once you see the filth, then you get Vairagya. Because you get Vairagya, you get this urgency, Mumukshatva. Because you have developed Vairagya and this urgency for liberation, Mumukshatva, then you are interested in knowing how to stop it. So then you work on the 6 treasures, Shad Sampatti. Then you develop Shraddha. There is no Andha Vishwasa or there is no blind belief. Now you are in Shraddha. And because you are in Shraddha, there is abundant Samadhana. Because you have Samadhana and Shraddha, you have Titiksha. Because you have Titiksha, Samadhana and Shraddha, you are able to work on Shama and Dhamma and Uparati. This is the step.
Yes.
Now if our Shad Sampatti is perfect, you have got the Sampatti, then the Viveka comes. Brahman Satya, Jagat Mithya.
That is the Chudamani.
That is the Chudamani. So we need to do this. There is no escape. Saying that, why we should do this way, there should be another way. And then the mind feels happy. Now I am back. There's nothing that I have to do. So if I and Lata were to do this on 12th, consciously, seeing all that is coming in that plantain leaf.
Yes, yes.
Be aware of what you are eating. Then what will happen? You will eat only to what is required. Or rather, we will eat to what is required. And we can see other people, how they are relishing the food.
Correct.
That shows the raga. And if something is not okay, they will have dvesha. And thinking
That
that,
will be definitely there.
yes. So, and then they're going to give you feedback. Everything was good, but that paisam was slightly this way, or that one was that way, and something like that. And each person will give his own opinion about it, or her own opinion about it. So that would be a good to watch for me and Lata, as many hours as we are sitting in that marriage pandal.
So you will be watching people as Annamayakosha.
That is the whole idea.
And you will be watching when people eat that Annamayakosha will survive only if they eat another Annamayakosha.
Correct.
And finally, whatever you see will be only visualization is Annamayakosha.
Even why that even now I am doing it, and
Yes.
tomorrow in the office I will do that. This is a nirantara abhyasa. No anta. Anta. Nirantara. Anta is ending.
So one question here. The Panchabhuta basic element is not perishable. Is it perishable?
It never perishes.
The base, but never perishable. Okay. Only when this Annamayakosha is connected with this, what you call finally, Brahman, that is the time the perishing starts. Movement starts, basically, right?
Yes, when the movement of
Perishing
these,
is nothing but movement.
yes, when the Brahman comes into existence, the 5 elements starts to evaporate, perish, move, or collapse, or disintegrate, whatever you want to call.
Yeah. Because of Pranamaya that Vardhate and all, it happens. If there is no prana, then from there it will just perish only.
Yes, a big prana will hold that. It slows down the perishing. Still there is
prana will do 2 things, right? Till it reaches that middle age, prana will moving in more and more. Only after mid age is over, prana in is less compared to going out.
Yes, it is like this, but I think we have spoken about it 3 years ago minimum.
Recently we have spoken about this.
But still I will tell you, it's like a water tank. Initially, prana is more. It is filling. So from the young age to the adult age, it is filling only. From the adult age to middle age, it is that much of prana comes in, that much of prana goes out.
Yes.
So it looks like the person is not aging. He maintains that youthful look. So let's say somebody is in his 20s, like my son now. Till he reaches something like 35 or 30, it will look as though he's ever young.
Correct.
After 30s, slowly one gray hair here, one gray hair there. Then 35, some more gray hairs, and the skin starts to actually crumple. At 40, he loses hairs, his skin looks stretched or whatever it is. So it's like the water tank now, outflow is more, inflow is less.
Yes.
After 50s, the outflow is more, inflow is even more less. For which now you require pranayama. If you want to maintain that prana equilibrium, then you require pranayama, otherwise you cannot. So from 30 onwards, you require pranayama. Okay. Now you can do it till when? It will still be outflowing, but less. So the person looks younger even at 60, and somebody asks, what's your age? And he says 60. Wow, you don't look like 60. That means that person has more prana.
Correct.
It's not that he is aged or not aged. It is seems to have more prana. Now from 60s to 80s, more outflow is there. Little inflow is there. And then after 80 to 100, or rather 70 to 100, 30 years, it will be only outflow. So if we
only yogis can keep this body to the higher prana for a long time, like
Yes.
Babaji.
Yes, so now you need to
Based on their what, Annamayakosha?
No. For doing that, you have to do Shama and Dhamma. You shouldn't allow prana to go out.
Oh.
So where does it go out? When you are seeing, it goes out. When you are hearing, it goes out. When you are tasting, it goes out. When you are smelling, it goes out. When you are touching, it goes out. When you are thinking, it goes out. And that is the reason Shama and Dhamma is required.
So when this 5 organs, they are directly interacting with this Panchabhutas, and we have now Annamayakosha in that. If we don't use these 5 sensing organs, that means the prana will be still higher inside the body, it's not going out.
Not only in the body, you will not be reborn. Simple.
I will not be
reborn. You will not have rebirth.
Okay.
That is all this process is all about. But
that means you are not doing any karma.
Exactly.
You are not taking any impressions further.
Okay, I will tell you one simple thing. Maybe if you can remember, right? Who is a Brahmana? If you were to ask is this question, it is there in our
Brahmajnaneti Brahmana.
I know that. So now if you were to go and refer the Upanishad also, Brahmajnaneti iti Brahmana. So now if you were to say what is Brahmajnana, you should know that you did not bring anything, nor you are taking anything. So if you are able to stay from the time of your birth to the time of the body dying, not your birth, the body's birth until body's death. If you are able to not indulge, not taking anything and not keeping anything, you did not bring anything, nor you are taking anything. If you know you are just consciousness which came and it's going, right? It did not bring anything. When it came, it did not bring the body, correct?
Yeah, while coming in, it is a very, very small piece of something.
It is just consciousness, so don't worry what it is.
Because of that consciousness only, all this Annamayakosha.
Exactly. All the koshas have happened because of that consciousness. So it did not.
But the question here is that Chaitanya will be there till the death. Only thing is prana will.
No, but the
rate of prana going out will be.
No. When we go with Pranamaya you will understand what is prana. But now let us understand this way. Prana has Chaitanya also, but Chaitanya has got nothing to do with prana.
Yes.
Just like I am now talking like Brigu. The Chaitanya is in Anna, but it has got nothing to do with Anna. Chaitanya is also there in prana, but has got nothing to do with prana.
Yes.
Chaitanya is there even in Manas, but it has got nothing to do with Manas. Chaitanya is also there in Annamayakosha, but it has got nothing to do with Annamayakosha.
Yeah. All these are instruments, and the base is the electric power, Chaitanya.
Chaitanya. Now the Chaitanya, when it came, it didn't come. It was always there.
It was there, yes.
Is it going to go anywhere?
No, Chaitanya is there all the time, everywhere.
Now,
Only thing is this,
now,
the prana and mana and all that will expand, it will collapse and all that will happen.
right. Now you become Brahmana if you know you are only Chaitanya. That's all.
Brahmajna. Yes. Yes.
So what
yes,
is
yes.
what is Brahmajnana? Is you did not bring anything, nor you are going to take anything.
Yes.
So if I were to say I am born as so and so, that means I have brought something now, or I am keeping something. If I keep something, then rebirth. If I don't keep anything, no rebirth.
Yes. So Annamayakosha is borrowed from here, and I will leave it and I will go.
Which is what is happening. The Annamayakosha is left, right? The ultimately you have Parthiva Sharira, which is there. So
Yes.
so what is the point in crying in front of that body?
Yeah. It was here, it will be here. That's it.
That's all.
And Chaitanya is the beauty is Chaitanya is also there. Only thing is they are not together.
They are not together. So it was never together in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It just appeared to be.
It is just appeared to be. See, this is the interesting thing I am asking now. The Annamaya Kosha, when it is formed, at what point in time it is formed? Annamaya Kosha?
No, you leave that. Otherwise, now we get into intellectual insight, which is again Vijnanamaya Kosha. So let's leave it. Let's only worry about Annamaya Kosha. The Anna is there, body is growing.
Yeah, Annamaya Kosha has got no existence if there is no connected prana or Chaitanya.
No, if it is no Chaitanya, there is no Brahman there, then there is no Annamaya Kosha independently existing.
Yes.
Clear? Now,
independently, it has no existence.
It doesn't have any existence. So how to now see it? You have to feel disgusted because you are Brahman.
Yeah, I am Brahman. I am not that. Simple.
You are not that, but you are holding that, right? So if you want to drop it, you should feel disgusted about it. Then only you are going to drop it.
Yeah, 1 minute here. Who is holding whom?
You, Brahman, is holding Annamaya Kosha as yours. Simple.
1 minute. I think this is a little bit confusion for me. Annamaya Kosha is holding Pranamaya Kosha or...
No, wait. Don't go to Pranamaya Kosha.
This Annamaya Kosha
is not holding Brahman. Brahman is holding on to Annamaya Kosha, which is Maya. And hence, Madhvacharya is right. Brahman Satya, Jagat Satya, because the Annamaya Kosha is as real as Brahman.
I think I'm a bit confused now.
Okay,
let me visualize.
No worries.
I have understood fully about Brahman part as a Chaitanya and also independently Annamaya Kosha. But confusion is who is holding whom?
So that one we will deal with it tomorrow because this at least takes half an hour. So if you are there in the office, we'll meet in the office. Otherwise,
tomorrow I am doubtful. Friday I am there.
Okay, so then we will do it online.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I am there in the office, so I will go to that place and we'll do it.
Yeah, sure. See, as soon as you go to that place, you have to accept the meeting. Otherwise, 15 minutes, the meeting is released automatically. Meeting room.
Okay.
This is since yesterday.
Oh, okay.
They have newly implemented. Yeah.
Okay. Fine then. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay then.
Thanks, Lata.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, Lata. Good day to you and but good day.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.